This is Galaxy S24 Ultra, the Samsung's new flagship for 2024. I've used it for quite some time now, and here's my review. In the retail box, you get just a cable, a SIM ejector pin, and some paperwork, which means that you'll need to use your own charger. Check out my YouTube Shorts video for a full unboxing experience. The S24 Ultra looks similar to the S23 Ultra, and some would even say that they could not tell a difference. However, there are subtle yet important and definitely noticeable differences. First, the frame is made of titanium instead of aluminum, and this gray color finish looks awesome. Depending on how light hits it, it looks gray or a little bit yellowish. If you ask me, this is my favorite color, but Samsung has quite a few other color finishes on their official website. Also, the frame has a matte coating which does not attract fingerprints like the glossy one found on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. Besides, the buttons are bigger and more comfortable to press. The backplate is made of matte glass and it is covered with a Gorilla Glass for protection. As expected from Samsung, the build quality is just top-notch. The phone looks and feels premium and sturdy. This might be a little bit subjective, but I think that the S24 Ultra looks a little bit better than the S23 Ultra. The 6.8-inch display is now completely flat compared to a slightly curved panel on the S23 Ultra. Also, the screen has reduced and symmetrical bezels, and it can now reach a whopping 2600 nits of peak brightness. Well, I never had issues with previous Samsung's flagships when it comes to outdoor visibility, but the S24 Ultra takes it to another level. You can take it to a desert and easily see the screen. Another novelty, Gorilla Glass Armor screen protection, which reduces reflection significantly. It is definitely noticeable indoors and outdoors compared to the last generation model. However, if you plan to use a screen protector, make sure to get one with anti-reflecting properties. I bought the official one from the Samsung store, but I'm yet to install it. The display is the usual Samsung. It's easily the best on any smartphone out there, with amazing sharpness, colors, contrast, and all other bells and whistles. Every company loves using the word AI in their marketing materials, but Samsung puts a huge emphasis on it and calls it the Galaxy AI or Advanced Intelligence. After using the phone for quite some time now, here are the features that I actually use. First, a circle to search can be pretty amazing. For instance, I circled to search for a random, generic-looking apartment building picture taken with a phone from one of my YouTube videos, and it instantly found the exact apartment building with accurate address and other related information. What is even more impressive is that the picture was taken at night, which makes it even more generic-looking and harder to recognize, but AI did its magic in a second. You can circle to search pretty much anything, and I found this feature to be very useful when I wanted to remember the landmarks or objects in the pictures I've taken. For example, the search could not only easily find buildings but also objects inside of them. For instance, the AI immediately recognized that this wall clock was in the Orsay Museum in Paris. The new AI-powered editing options are very useful too. You can replace, resize, or remove people or objects in a few seconds. While this feature is not always perfect and you may see a few artifacts in some of the corrected images, it is certainly useful, especially when you want to remove people from your travel photos. There are quite a few other AI features. Just to name a few, there is a Live Translate, Chat Assist, and Note Assist. From my experience, Live Translate is not always accurate, but it can definitely help while having a live call. I tested this feature with a friend who speaks German, and while not all translations were super accurate, we had a pretty fluent conversation and we could easily understand each other. Chat Assist is very useful and it works across all the apps like WhatsApp. I found this feature to be pretty accurate and efficient. You don't need to copy-paste what you wrote on Google Translate. Everything is done automatically for you inside the app you are typing in. An underrated feature of the Samsung Internet browser, you can summarize a long article so you can read the essence in a moment and as a result, read more news in a shorter amount of time. Besides all the AI stuff, there are a lot more features and customization options to play with. Well, you may not use all of them, but it's always nice to have options, and the S24 Ultra has one of the most feature-packed user interfaces. The One UI 6.1 that is built on top of Android 14 has become my favorite Android skin, not only because of all the features but also how smooth and fast it is. I haven't seen a single hiccup yet, and the S24 Ultra feels super fast. Well, it better be, it's one of the most expensive phones out there. I'm not a big S Pen user, but it has all the familiar features we've seen for years. I mostly used it as a remote control for the camera and gallery, but if you are into handwriting, this is probably the most versatile tool on any phone that is complemented with great software. Regarding hardware, the S24 Ultra has the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy chipset. There is also 12GB of RAM and you can go up to 1TB of storage. Rest assured that the phone will handle the most graphically intensive games without breaking a sweat. This year, Samsung nearly doubled the size of the vapor chamber for better heat dissipation. Honestly, I didn't have any overheating issues with the last generation S23 Ultra in this regard, but it's always nice to see hardware improvements. The S24 Ultra has a very similar quad camera setup as last year, but there is one key difference. The 10x zoom camera is replaced with a 5x optical zoom lens, which sounds like a downgrade, but it now has 50 megapixels to play with and it is brighter for better low-light performance. In practice, more people, including me, tend to use 5x zoom more often, and I found the image quality to be very good. If you need 10x zoom, the quality is similar or even better than the S23 Ultra in some of the shots thanks to the image crop from a 50 megapixel sensor plus Samsung's image processing. Even low-light 10x zoom shots look very good compared to the S23 Ultra's optical lens. As far as the wide angle, the main, and 3x optical zoom cameras go, the image quality is nearly excellent. By default, the auto mode produces highly detailed 12 megapixels photos with excellent dynamic range, lots of detail and sharpness. The colors are very accurate, but the typical Samsung saturated and contrasty aesthetic is present, resulting in social media-ready material that looks fantastic even without any edits. Even with 30x zoom, some of the photos are practical, and although I didn't capture moonshots at 100x zoom, I found it beneficial in specific scenarios. Consistent good quality shouldn't be anticipated, but surprisingly, some shots turn out pretty well. I enjoy utilizing a recently introduced 5x optical zoom lens for portrait shots. It creates a pleasing background effect, and I've observed remarkable edge detection even in challenging situations. I also found skin tone reproduction to be mostly accurate, selfies are nice and sharp, and selfie portraits are social media ready out of the box. Night mode is accessible across all camera lenses, delivering superb quality shots with abundant detail, sharpness, and minimal noise. Once more, it emphasizes versatility without compromising on quality, and these are one of the best night shots you can get on any phone. As far as video recording goes, there are two new features that Samsung does not actively promote, but for me, these are the biggest upgrades. First of all, the Pro Video mode allows you to record good quality 4K 120fps video. When you slow it down to 4x, you get nice dramatic looking slow motion footage. For me, as a video creator, this is a game changer as I can use the S24 Ultra for my video production. The second feature is something that I've been complaining about for many years, and Samsung has finally brought it to the S24 Ultra. You can finally switch between different camera lenses in the middle of video recording in 4K 60fps mode. Previously, it was only possible in 4K 30fps mode. The 4K 60fps video quality is very good. The footage is detailed and very smooth even while walking. If you need even more detail and sharpness, I found 8K footage to be very nice and sharp, but it's limited to 30fps. The 4K 60fps selfie video looks great. It is detailed and smooth. The 5000 mAh built-in power bank assures probably the best battery life on any mainstream flagship phone. The S24 Ultra always lasts me over 1 day under heavy usage, or even 2 days if I used it less intensively. Charging time is about 1 hour and 10 minutes, either if you use a 25 watts or a 45 watt official Samsung charger. Other features as quickly as possible. I found the under-the-screen fingerprint reader to be fast and accurate, my EU model has 2 nano SIM card slots, and the dual-speaker sound quality is pretty good. Here is a quick audio test. All things considered, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is a pretty much perfect phone, or at least the closest thing to perfection. I can only mention a few shortcomings. Not the fastest charging speed on the market, and at the time of this video, the live translation during calls could be more accurate, but it may improve with future software updates. Besides that, the S24 Ultra is the phone of the year for now, and probably until the new Galaxy flagship phone comes out. It has everything you need and more, and it does everything at the highest level. Therefore, if you're looking for the best overall phone the money can buy at the moment, the S24 Ultra is my top recommendation. What do you think about the S24 Ultra? Would you buy this phone or would you choose another option? As always, like the video if you liked it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, it was Linus, thank you for watching and see you soon.